why you keep cutting winners and letting losers run, and how to fix it. Let me be honest with you. The reason you keep cutting your winners early and letting your losers run is not because your strategy is bad. It's not because you haven't found the right indicator. And it's definitely not because the market is against you. It's because right now you were wired to protect your emotions, not your capital. And until that changes, no strategy in the world will save you. Here's what nobody tells you. Most traders think their biggest problem is entries. They spend months, sometimes years, trying to perfect where to buy and where to sell. But the truth is, your entry is not what's killing your account. It's what you do after you enter. You cut winners because you're afraid of losing what you already have. You hold losers because you're afraid of being wrong. So what you're really doing is this: locking in small wins and allowing large losses. That's not a strategy problem. That's a behavioral pattern. And this is where it changes. 1. You're trading to feel right, not to make money. Let me say something that might hit you a little. You don't hate losing money as much as you hate being wrong. That's why you hold losing trades, because closing a loss feels like admitting, I made a bad decision. So instead, you wait, you hope, you adjust your stop loss. You tell yourself, it will come back. Now compare that to a winning trade. The moment price goes in your favor, what do? You rush to close it, because now you can say, I was right. Do you see the pattern? Losing trade, you hold to protect your ego. Winning trade, you close to protect your emotions. This is not trading. This is emotional management disguised as trading. Shift. Profitable traders don't trade to be right. They trade to execute an edge over time. Being wrong is part of the business. If this is hitting you, I want you to comment, I choose process over ego, because that's the line where things start to change. 2. You're afraid of giving back profit. Here's what nobody tells you. That urge to close your winning trade early, it feels like discipline, but it's actually fear. Fear of watching profit disappear. So you take it quickly, you secure it, you feel relief. But what you're really doing is this. You're cutting the one thing that can grow your account. Let me paint this clearly. Imagine risking $100. Your losers run to negative $100, or worse. Your winners get cut at plus $30. You don't need a bad strategy to lose like this. You just need this habit. Old behavior? Let me secure profit before it disappears. New behavior? Let me allow my edge to play out fully. That difference is everything, because trading is not about being right often. It's about letting your winners outgrow your losers. 3. You don't trust your system. Let me be real with you. If you don't let your winners run, it's because deep down you don't trust your system. And if you don't trust your system, you'll override it every time. You'll close trades early. You'll move stop losses. You'll interfere with the process. Because you're not anchored in rules. You're reacting to feelings. Let me give you a simple example. There's a trader, I'll call him David. David has a solid strategy, back-tested, proven, clean entries. But every time he enters a trade, if it goes plus 1R, he closes early. If it goes negative 1R, he widens the stop. Same system, different results. Why? Because he trusts his fear more than his plan. One day he made a simple rule. I will not touch the trade after entry unless my plan says so. At first, it felt uncomfortable. It felt like he was losing control. But over time, his winners got bigger. His losses got smaller. His equity curve stabilized. Nothing changed about his strategy. He changed. 4. You're addicted to emotional relief. Let me be real with you. Every time you close a winning trade early or hold a losing trade hoping it recovers, you are chasing relief. Relief from anxiety, uncertainty, pressure. Closing early gives you relief. Holding losers gives you hope, but neither makes you money. Let me say it clearly. Relief is expensive in trading. Profitable traders don't chase relief. They tolerate discomfort. They sit in uncertainty. They allow trades to play out even when it feels uncomfortable. This is where most traders fail. Not because they don't know what to do, but because they can't sit still long enough to let it work. If you felt that urge to interfere with trades, comment, "I will sit with the process." Because that's the muscle that pays you. Number 5, you haven't accepted risk before entry. Here's the real root of everything. You haven't truly accepted your risk. You say you risk 1%, but mentally, you're not okay losing it. So what happens? When price goes against you, panic. You hold. When price goes in your favor, fear. You close. Because the trade is still emotionally open. Now compare that to a professional mindset. Before entering, they already accept, I can lose this trade completely, and I'm okay. That changes everything, because now losses don't trigger panic. Wins don't trigger fear. The trade becomes neutral. And neutrality is where discipline lives. Let me tell you about a trader I worked with. He had the same problem as you. Consistently, small wins, big losses, frustration. He thought he needed a better strategy. He didn't. What he needed was structure. So we did something simple. Fixed risk per trade. Set stop loss and take profit before entry. No manual interference allowed. For 2 weeks, he struggled. He said, "This feels uncomfortable. I feel like I'm losing control." But by week 3, something changed. He wasn't staring at charts, closing early, adjusting stops. He was just executing. And then the results came. Not explosive, not dramatic, but stable. That's when he said something I'll never forget. For the first time, I feel like I'm trading, not reacting. That's the shift. Let me speak to you directly. You don't fix this by learning more. You fix this by becoming someone different. Someone who accepts being wrong, trusts their process, values discipline over emotion. Because profitable trading is not about intelligence, it's about identity. You become the kind of person who lets winners run, cuts losers quickly, executes without hesitation. Not because it feels good, but because it's correct. If you've been struggling with this, I want you to be honest with yourself. Which one are you guilty of? 1. Cutting winners too early? 2. Letting losers run too long? Drop it in the comments. Not for me, for you. Because awareness is where change starts. And if this is the kind of truth you need more of, subscribe. Not for hype, but for clarity. Here's the truth. You're not far from consistency. It just feels that way because the problem is invisible. It's not your strategy, it's your behavior under pressure. And the moment you fix that, everything starts to align. Not overnight, not dramatically, but steadily. So don't rush this. Don't try to force results. Just focus on this one shift. Let your system work without interference. Because in trading, the money doesn't go to the smartest person. It goes to the most disciplined version of you. And if you've made it this far, you're already closer than you think. Stay the course.